Breaking news from Pittsburgh. Last night's preseason clash between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Jacksonville Jaguars is officially history, and what a game it was. The energy, the hits, the breakout performances. It had everything a football fan could want. I went back and studied the film, and let me tell you, a few players absolutely demanded attention. Cameron McCutcheon showed poise, Juan Thornhill delivered some solid plays, Malik Harrison looked sharp, and Jack Sawyer impressed with his hustle. But there was one man who stole the spotlight completely. Before we get to that, quick reminder, before diving into the latest NFL updates, make sure to subscribe, give this video a like, and tap that bell icon so you never miss a single headline. Alright, back to the action. The name that had me glued to the screen? W. Black. This guy didn't just play, he dominated. He was only on the field for about 10 snaps, but that was all it took. At one point, the coaching staff clearly decided, that's enough, get him out before he hurts somebody or himself. That's how valuable he's shaping up to be, possibly a day one anchor for the defense. On the tape, you can see it plain as day. Lined up in the interior, he reads the pre-snap motion, stays disciplined, and explodes off the snap with incredible hand strength. He's not just holding his ground, he's pushing the pocket, forcing plays to collapse from the inside out. If this is what W. Black can do in limited action, the regular season might be very, very interesting. That's the kind of impact that makes an offense think twice before running his way. But here's where it gets even better. Watch his head. He's locked on the running back like a predator tracking prey. Every step, every movement, he's calculating. If the runner tries to bounce outside, he's ready to disengage and chase. If the play comes up the middle, he keeps driving forward, collapsing the space. It's pure defensive instinct mixed with technical precision. On one snap, he grabs his blocker, spins him off balance, and crashes straight toward Travis Etienne, sealing the gap before the play even has a chance to develop. That's not just holding the line, that's controlling it. This is a guy who can eat up two gaps at once, forcing the offense to completely rethink their attack. Wyatt Black plays like he's powered by a never-ending motor, relentless, physical, and unshakable. Every rep is a collision waiting to happen, and he's always the one delivering the final blow. Now, the camera angle on this next clip might not be perfect, but what you're about to see still speaks volumes about the way he dominates in the trenches. For some reason, the NFL's official All-22 coaches film isn't public yet, so I've been hunting down clips from other sources, bits and pieces floating around on Twitter, X, and elsewhere. If you go looking, you'll probably stumble across them too. Here's one that stood out. The offense is in what's called a five-man scat protection. That means the line splits its duties, sliding protection to the left while holding man-to-man assignments on the right. The center shifts left, leaving the right side as a true one-on-one battleground. Wyatt Black gets exactly that matchup, and it's over before it starts. He explodes off the snap, shreds his blocker with a clean rip move, and drives straight toward the quarterback. Even without the perfect angle, you can feel the pressure he creates. Once the full coach's film drops, we'll be able to see every detail, but even this clip tells the story. And the story is this. The Steelers already had one of the most dangerous defenses in the league. Then they added a force of nature in Wyatt Black. His intensity is unmistakable, the kind of fire that burns in a player who's obsessed with improvement. Every rep is personal. Every snap is a chance to prove he can be even better than the last. From the moment Wyatt Black walked into rookie minicamp, the improvement was visible, and it hasn't slowed since. By the time training camp rolled around, you could see the steps forward with every practice. That's exactly what you want from a rookie. Consistent growth, play after play. One clip in particular stands out. This time, he's lined up on the right side of the defensive front. At the snap, he locks up with his blocker, but his eyes never leave the backfield. He's studying, calculating, waiting to see whether the ball ends up in the quarterback's hands or the running back's. When the running back decides to cut back, Wyatt's already prepared. Julius Wolf lining up outside does a solid job setting the edge, but it's Black who's truly in control here. His positioning is perfect, ready to seal off whichever lane the ball carrier dares to choose. This is what makes him dangerous. He's a true two-gapper. If the runner tries to slip inside, Wyatt is there. If the play bounces outside, he's already shifted to shut it down. It's not just power, it's awareness, discipline, and a feel for the game that most rookies don't develop until years in. Wyatt Black isn't just holding his ground, he's owning it. In one sequence, the running back takes one look at both interior gaps being sealed off and decides to bounce to the opposite side. But Wyatt isn't done. He sheds his block in an instant, storms across the formation, and helps finish the play. That's the kind of relentlessness you can't coach. Twice in a row, he's locked up with a lineman tears free and still gets involved in the stop. That's not just strength, that's grit, urgency, and a motor that refuses to quit. And remember, this is from only 10 total snaps. 8 against the pass, 2 against the run. Even in that tiny sample size, he showed the versatility direct plays in both situations. He can stuff the run from the interior and just as easily collapse the pocket. In another rep, the offense slides its protection to the right, leaving Wyatt one-on-one to the left. It's a mismatch from the start. He rips through with raw power, brushes past the blocker like he's not even there, and surges toward the quarterback. The strength is almost insulting, the kind that makes linemen question whether they're in the right profession. When an interior defender can consistently pressure the quarterback, it forces mistakes. Sometimes it's a sack. Sometimes it's a rushed throw, a bad read, or a tipped pass. Whatever the outcome, the offense is suddenly on its heels, and Wyatt Black is the one tipping the balance. Pressure changes everything in football. Force a quarterback into a bad decision, and you've just tilted the game. Make him rush a throw, and suddenly a simple incompletion can turn into a tipped pass, an interception, a strip sack, or even a game-breaking fumble. All it takes is consistent disruption up front, and Wyatt Black has already shown he can deliver that. Yes, it's early, but here's the key. He wasn't facing backups. He lined up against legitimate starters, names like Toff Hank BSB, BJ, and Travis Hunter, and he still tore through them. This wasn't a soft test. It was a real proving ground. Look at how the coaching staff handled him. Compare him to Derek Harmon, their first-round pick, who logged 32 snaps in this game. Wyatt just 10. That's not because they didn't want to see more, it's because they saw enough. Message was clear. This guy is ready, and we're not risking him in a preseason game any longer than necessary. When a rookie forces that kind of decision from a coaching staff, it says everything. He's not just surviving out there. He's winning battles so decisively that the team already views him as a cornerstone piece. Message was clear. This guy is ready, and we're not risking him in a preseason game any longer than necessary. When a rookie forces that kind of decision from a coaching staff, it says everything. He's not just surviving out there. He's winning battles so decisively that the team already views him as a cornerstone piece.